everyone. Right here, we meet again. Now we are going to focus on one of the important skills that you have to master in our English language, which is writing. Remember, we are still dealing in our Unit 6, Prime. However, in this video, I will only cover half of the exercises for writing from your textbook. The remaining of the exercises, I will try to cover right after your school holidays. Alright, before we start, I would love to share with you our learning objective for the lesson. So by the end of the lesson, you will be able to explain and evaluate information in an essay by identifying the supporting opinion, opposing opinion, and summary of the writer's opinion in the model essay. And also, you will be able to explain and justify your point of view on how you will plan your writing based on the writing tasks and notes provided in activity 2. So in other words, you will identify, explain, and evaluate writer's opinion in the sample essay in activity 3. And also, you will identify, explain, and evaluate the keywords that shows an opposing viewpoint, and also evaluate the conclusion that best summarize the writer's opinion. And of course, you will be able to identify the topic of the essay, the points for each paragraph, and finally, you will be able to plan your essay based on the topic and points and explain your plan orally and justify your plan based on the tasks provided to your respective English teachers. Alright, first and foremost, what information should come in the final paragraph of a bias argument? Okay, some of you might get confused with the question, but don't worry, we will try to understand it together. So let me ask you, what is bias? Do you know what is bias? Well, it means language or elements of an argument that support one side of an argument unfairly over another. Bias is when a statement reflects a partiality, preference, or prejudice for or against a person, object, or idea. Okay? Bias is when a writer uses a selection of facts, choice of words, and the quality and tone of description to convey a particular feeling or attitude. As you write your essay, you will definitely write in more than 3 paragraphs, right? So in your final or in your last paragraph, you should try to practice by yourself to write a good conclusion for your essay. Okay, if you still could remember previous topic, we learned on how to write a good introduction. However, in this unit, we are going to focus on the final paragraph. So after presenting a defendable claim and supporting it with evidence in the body paragraph, your final paragraph must be written with a concluding statement. Okay, in writing, an argument is a reasoned opinion supported and explained by evidence. So to argue in writing is to advance knowledge and ideas in a positive way. Okay, written argument often fail when students employ ranting rather than reasoning. So you have to write a conclusion that effectively summarizes the main argument and reinforces your essay with a compelling conclusion. So concluding your argument in your final paragraph, you should end your paragraph with a conclusion that summarizes and reflects on the argument made in the body. So you don't have to write any new arguments or evidence in the last paragraph, but you may suggest any solutions related to the topic. And in all conclusion, you should stress the relevance and the importance of your argument. So, as you can see from your textbook as well, you may refer to your textbook page 78. Okay, let's read together. Okay, the final paragraph of an essay should summarize the opinions you have expressed in your essay and include a comment. For example, if you have described how some motorbike riders don't always wear crash helmet and sometimes drive too fast, your summary could say that they sometimes behave dangerously on the road. Your comment, which often describes the future, could be that they should obey the law in order to make driving safer for everyone. So by now, you should know in your final paragraph, there are two important elements that you must include. Alright, the first one is you should summarize the opinion you have expressed earlier in your essay. And the second one is we have to include a comment. Alright, in this notes, as you can see, the green color sentence, the first one, it shows that how the writer summarized his or her opinion. Okay, they sometimes behave dangerously on the road. For the second one, the second green line, it shows that the writer included her or his comment. They should obey the law in order to make driving safer for everyone. Okay, here is another example of final, or we call it as last paragraph of one essay. Alright, as you can see, the blue color, the one that have been underlined in blue, it shows the summary of the essay. Alright, meanwhile, the red color line, it shows the comment from the writer. So you have to restate the thesis. The first sentence of any conclusion should always be a restatement of your central message. Okay, most likely the writer or the readers has already forgotten some of the information that you wrote earlier in paragraph 2, 3 or 4. So for this reason, you should go back through and review your main points and giving your argument summary. So to end your argumentative essay outline with a bang, present a memorable concluding statement, or in other words, please include your comment. Usually, this sentence will express the universal importance of the information and should leave the reader with a prompt to further investigate the topic. So we have a look at the first activity. So read the instruction of activity 1. Read the opinion below and then complete each summary with one of these words. Discuss in class what comment you could make on one each. So there are 2 parts to the task. Firstly, you should complete the summaries with the words in the orange box, and then the second task is you should discuss, or you should be able to at least write what comment you could make for number 1, 2, and 3. So the first one is carelessness, second word is poverty, and the third one is speeding. So I give you time to identify the correct words to complete the summary for that particular number. Okay, are you ready? Alright, let's check number 1. Okay, the first one. Many burglaries could be prevented if people remembered to lock doors and windows before going out. To sum up, many burglaries happen because of carelessness. Number 2, a high proportion of road accidents are caused by people driving too fast. To sum up, many road accidents are caused by speeding. And the last one, some people shoplift because they don't have enough money to feed and clothe their family. So to sum up, some shoplifters are forced to steal because of poverty. So now, let's discuss the 3 stated opinions and try to come out with comment on each summary. You can always look back at the skill box, which gives you a good example of the kind of comment that you could make. Remember, you are encouraged to think of the future and what might or could happen, and I would love to remind all of you to use modal verbs to do this exercise. You can also use some of the words and ideas from the summaries in the task regarding carelessness and burglaries, speed limits, and radar guns. You may give your comment later to your English teacher so that your English teacher would check for you. So I would share with you some suggestion for a good comment. Alright, we try to do for number 1. Okay. The first answers have been given. It is all about carelessness. So a good comment probably could be like this. People should make an effort to close windows and lock doors when they are out to reduce the risk of someone breaking in. People can install a burglar alarm, which will help to discourage people from breaking in. Alright, for number 2, maybe you can write down your comment. Drivers should always obey the speed limit so fewer accidents happen. Or police should use radar guns and fine drivers for breaking the speed limit. And for the final comment, the government should set up schemes where poor people do voluntary works in exchange for food, for example. Okay, now let's have a look at activity number 2. Read the writing task below and circle the correct words to complete this statement about it. So firstly, you have to read the task below. So the task is, you have been talking in class about illegal downloading from the internet. Now, your teacher has asked you to write an essay for homework. Write your essay using all the notes and giving reasons for your point of view. So your essay must be written between 140 to 190 words. So many people illegally download music from the internet. Is this a good thing or a bad thing for the music industry? The notes are: write about, first, musician, 2, paying for music, and number 3 is your own idea. So what say you about illegal downloading? Is it good or bad thing for the music industry? You may share your views later with me. Alright, for the first sentence up there, which one is the suitable answer to complete the sentence? Can you guess? Alright. Illegal downloading is good or bad for the people who... What is your answer? Okay, the answer should be produce music. Okay, so you have to bear in mind, first paragraph, as usual, you have to introduce the topic. Next, each new paragraph will describe a new point in support of opinion. And final paragraph summarizes the main points and makes a final comment about the future. So the tone is impersonal and formal. You can use comparative connective used to compare, discuss, and argue. So giving other opinions and showing they are wrong. So this is actually the model answers for the previous task. Read this essay and the 2 final paragraphs at the top of the next page from your textbook that were written in answer to the question in 2. So which final paragraph answers the task question and summarizes the writer's opinion? So let's read the essay together. Many people who pirate music from the internet think they are loyal music fans. However, I believe that what they are doing is bad for music and musicians. In the first place, downloading music without paying is wrong because it means that musicians do not get properly paid for their work. This is unfair as they might have spent many months writing and recording it. Moreover, if people really value music, then they should pay for it. If it is wrong to steal CDs from shops, then it is just as wrong to steal from the internet. In addition, although some people say they are helping musicians to become famous by sharing illegal downloads with friends, this is not the case. There is no need to download because they can send their friends links to music they have discovered. So before you choose the best paragraph to end this essay, let's look for and underline the writer's opinion in the introduction and the three main paragraphs. Can you identify which one or which sentence shows the writer's opinion? Okay, some of you could definitely identify it easily. Alright, so let's check the answers. Okay, the first writer's opinion from paragraph 1 is, alright, I believe that what they are doing is bad for music and musician. It is clearly portrayed in the sentence by writing the word I believe. Okay, what about paragraph 2 and so on? Let's check it out. Okay, from paragraph 2, the ideas from the writer is musicians do not get properly paid for their work, so this is unfair. That is the second opinion from the writer. From the third paragraph, the opinion is from, alright, it is charged as wrong to steal from the internet. That is other opinion from the writers. For the fourth paragraph, the opinion from the writer would be, alright, no need to download because they can send their friend links to music. So now you have underlined everything needed. It's time to see which conclusion is closer to the opinion expressed in the essay. As you can see from your textbook, page 79, alright, the first one is, let me go back first. Alright, first slide would be, okay, to sum up, many people find that paying to download music costs too much money. It would be better to make it cheaper in the future so that people might not break the law. Second option would be, to sum up, pirating music damages the music business. If fans started paying for their music, it might reduce the prices of downloads and CDs, which would be good for everyone. So which one do you think is the correct answer? Okay, let's check which one is the correct answer. Okay, so this is the total, the overall essay from paragraph 1, introduction, paragraph 2, 3 and 4 is the body part, and I include the final paragraph. So the answers would be B. Alright, so from the screen there is the complete version of essay with the best final paragraph that we chose earlier. So now look at the instruction of activity 4. Look at the question in depth to analyze the task. The first question would be, in paragraph 4, the writer talks about an opposing opinion in order to show that there is another viewpoint / the other viewpoint is not right. Okay, as you can see, the sentences in red, okay, there are two sentences in red, are the opposing opinion. The first one, helping musicians to become famous. The second one would be no need to download. So it means the first viewpoint is not right because the writer still conveys the idea of not a good thing for the music industry in the second red sentence. Therefore, the correct answer is the other viewpoint is not right. So which words in the final paragraph you choose sum up the writer's opinion on the task question? So the correct answer has been underlined for you. Pirating music damages the music business. And finally, the question is, in both final paragraph A and B, why does the writer use the word might instead of will? Why they use the word might instead of will? Do you know the answers? Or do you have any ideas why the writer used this word? Well, the answer is because the writer is expressing a future possibility. Therefore, it is not a fact. So that is the reason why the writer chose the word might instead of will. So please share your views about this. Why do people might want to buy a pirate DVD? As you know, pirating in the cinema industry is not a good thing as well. So have you ever bought any pirate DVDs before? Do you think it is right or wrong to do so? You may share your ideas later in the link that I will share in the description. So here is the link. Alright, that's the end of our lesson for today. So I just would like to wish you a happy holidays. Just stay safe and stay at home. Alright, I hope to see all of you again right after school holidays. So take care. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.